All right, stop. Wrap that up and acknowledge your partner. All right. So first, again, just really welcome for being here. So for how many of you, this was not predictable at all for you to be here at session 10 of the seminar? Like in who you know yourself to be, it just wasn't predictable that you'd be here, that you finish the seminar, or chase it exactly, right? Probably some more of you. It just wasn't predictable. You for sure, the way you were at session 1, Khalil, I'm only doing 6. They only said I have to do 6. Right?
Khalil's committed.
That's right.
And he's doing relationships next. I know he is. Aren't you, Khalil? Along with SEL. You've got to do relationships, Khalil.
Let your community empower you, Khalil.
There you go. Look, I know somebody else that lives
Not just
in Birmingham.
But I want to, so I talked to some of you over the past couple days. I left messages for some of you, and we didn't get to connect before tonight. But in, really completing the seminar for me as the person leading, I had to go back and look and see, did I keep my word? And because I promised that, right? So I promised for every one of you, every person registered. So 79 people started the seminar. So there's 79 people ever registered in the seminar. There's 79 people. And how many people are here tonight? There's 40 something.
Yeah.
Okay, low 40s. And so I really had to contend and deal with, I didn't keep that word with every person. There's some people who didn't complete the seminar. And then even for some of you, if you're, it may not be like that for you either. And so I didn't just promise that intention. I said that intention would be your access to workability, and it would be your access to miracles. And then I was really standing for miracles. And some of you have had miracles, absolutely. And then some of you maybe had a miracle at session 3 and then you stopped. Like one miracle is enough, But however that was, either you didn't cause any or you did and you stopped along the way. That was in my clearing. Because I didn't, if it wasn't like, I'm going to cause miracles for myself, and I'm going to do that as a matter of my word, and I'm going to see to it that I have the intention fulfilled, then I didn't keep my word to you. So I really just got trued up to something, and it was having a conversation with somebody in the seminar, and what I know, like a knowing, like a concept, but it wasn't vividly present for me, and it got vividly present for me yesterday, so much so that I couldn't speak for about 10 minutes. And that people's lives are at stake, and for some people, it may even be like your physical life is at stake. Either you're dealing with a health issue or, you're so resigned. It's like, it's a matter of your life is at stake. And even if it's not like that, your aliveness is at stake, which is also your life. And it's one thing to know that conceptually, and it's another thing to really be just palpably connected to it. And because of one of the other things that I got, and having the calls that I had, is how completely generous you are. A seminar leader only is a seminar leader because there are graduates of the forum. And if there were no graduates, there would be no seminar leader. But it's not just enough that you completed the forum and then there was this thing called a seminar to go to. You have to give somebody your listening and listen to that person as, no, this person's for me. And you have to be willing to entrust yourself to somebody you don't even know for the most part. And to come into an environment and be open to coaching. And so I just got so connected to the generosity of a graduate and your generosity. You know, because even for some of you, I was trying to say, I didn't keep my word, and what I was getting back was, yes you did, let me tell you what I accomplished. So, but I wanted to be clear that wherever that hasn't been the case, and especially for the people who aren't here, that I know, well, I am at the source of that. And I will deal with every bit of integrity that I have to deal with so that there's nothing carried forward for me as a seminar leader. You know, because I do promise miracles. So if I don't keep that word, that's a big deal for me. And, but mostly what I want to acknowledge is your complete generosity and just the absolute extraordinary phenomenon you are. Even if you don't relate to, now I know a lot of you don't walk around here like, oh my gosh, I'm this amazing, extraordinary phenomenon for the planet. Do you?
Sometimes.
Some of you,
Well,
sometimes. Right? Sometimes you do. And then other times you don't. I mean, there are times when I don't.
More now than before.
Right. Yeah?
Yeah.
And, but you are that. And wherever you're not that for yourself, there's just some block. There's just something got in the way of your experiencing yourself as whole and complete. And that's what this whole seminar has been about, you could say, is that your return, or you know yourself, or you have access to being whole and complete. So we are going to be doing that tonight. We are going to be completing the seminar. My word is every single one of you walks out of here having fulfilled that intention. And if you haven't, then I want to know about it. See, but what it's going to require from you too is that you get yourself on the hook. That you make that promise to yourself. I'm not walking out of here without that. And we've got a little less than 2.5 hours to create that together, and that's what we're going to be doing. All right, so anything about that for anybody, or anything anyone wants to say in this space? Yeah, Raina?
Okay, so good evening, I'm Raina. Half of y'all probably don't even know me because I wasn't here for half of the classes. But I came tonight and I want you, David, to know, and just everyone else. I didn't really want to talk in front of the new guests or whatever the case may be. But it was important for me to come tonight, which first let's start with, I needed to go to this class tonight. Mm-hmm. But yesterday when Tunde and Meredith reached out about because we usually do our group session talks on Sunday evenings, and so sometimes it'll be hit or miss with us because schedules, like everything else, whatever the case is. But what I appreciated about, and what I wasn't sure if I was going to even be able to acknowledge, to appreciate about the seminar series was like group effort. I was kind of like, looking forward to just kind of like a teacher and then coming to class, like how the forum went. And so when the group session started, I was kind of like, we'll see how this comes out. And I ended up feeling like I gained the most from having a group that was always active and wanting to accomplish something, whether or not we were able to accomplish it weekly, but even up to yesterday, that there was the reach out of, hey, are we gonna have a group session? Okay, we're not gonna do it tonight, but is anybody available tomorrow morning? And even though I had something planned, I was like, ooh, I wanna do it tomorrow morning with them because I appreciate them a whole lot. And I've just grown so much respect for them. And so, and I respected that aspect of this whole seminar. And so, after speaking with them this morning, I felt really motivated to, whether, originally I was feeling like, oh, I'm going, and oh, I didn't really complete it, so should I even be there? But regardless of that, I wanted to be supportive towards the group because I appreciate them for having as much integrity. as they had, as individuals, as we ended up having as a group, and even with Chandrika, you know, not being here yet, but I know that she is present, you know what I'm saying, even if she's not physically. And so, even for myself, although I wasn't here for all of the classes, I realize now as I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you talk and, you know, partially feeling like, oh, everyone didn't, but it's like, no, we gain things. So even though I may not have been here every week to gain it exactly from you, directly from you, I was gaining integrity from Meredith. I was gaining integrity from Tunde. I gained integrity from Chandrika. And so that is me living life powerfully and living a life I love. Through just my own, I was able to think about it, like, you know, at moments when I do, I personally, let me just back up just 1 second and I promise y'all won't go off. When I went to Landmark Forum, on the last day, that whole, like, you're gonna have that aha moment, my aha moment was, I realized I had been living the Landmark way all my life. And I didn't know that's what it was. And not so much that it's the Landmark way, just that way of living. And so, even presently, I realized, like, even in like the in between the weeks when I wasn't here, I was still living out that Landmark way. And from what I've learned from the seminar sessions, from the forum, that I give that thought when I'm making decisions. And
I'm just going to stop you for a second because I want to get something distinguished.
Okay.
So when you say the Landmark way, can you come up here too, by the way, so people don't have to
Okay.
keep craning their heads at you? So when you say you've been living your life the Landmark way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, what is that?
Just the whole idea of like, okay, so for instance, one of the things we spoke about in the forum was that, like, when you would kind of speak something, like your words being powerful, and you would speak that you want something out of life, and so you don't then sit there and run and try to chase it. It's like, okay, I put it out there. For instance, for me, when I was in 3rd grade, I said, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a full-time artist and a part-time piano teacher. And to this day, that's exactly what I do. And so when I said it then, I didn't remember that I said it then. I was just going through life. And then when I started college and post-college, and my life just started really creating around that, I wasn't able to put, a lot of times when things are going great,
Yeah.
you usually say that, oh, either something, you gain that from something traumatic that's happened in your life, or you feel like, oh, something crazy is gonna happen because everything's going so well.
So Raina, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I completely got the acknowledgement of your group
Okay.
and your group leader in particular in the stand that they were for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I promised you that too,
Mm-hmm.
even though you were here for how many sessions?
Half of them, like 4.
Okay,
Fifth.
about 4, maybe
Right.
5.
Mm-hmm. This will be the 5th, yes.
Okay, so why?
Oh, because I'd be out of the country. I wasn't here all the time. I would be
You
going.
were out of the country for 2 sessions.
Then I was just out of the country again. I was just in Cuba.
But I'm asking you to look newly, okay? Because what you're saying, and now I can completely hear what got missed with you. What you're saying is a concept of what this is. So you just said something about your word creating your life, but that didn't happen with this seminar.
How not?
Well, your word was you'd be at all the sessions you said you'd be at, except for any you said at session 1, but it didn't go that way. So you see that? So something else then, and this is the case for, and I really invite everybody to now have this part of the seminar be complete, because she's not the only one, right? But something displaced that word. So if you look, and I got the circumstance, you were out of the country, but what do you see actually displaced your word to actually complete the seminar and be at all the sessions you said you'd be at? And it's not going to be like an obvious, I know this. But if you look and you tell the truth, what displaced your word?
I probably am confused by that because I don't know if I can relate to that. Like
Yeah, well,
I feel like I feel like there's because we all are our own entities that, you know, what one may see as keep it or not keep it or whatever is
No,
not
no,
always
it's
the same.
no. This is what keeps you having the fullest power you can possibly have. It's black and white. Integrity is black and white, but we will complicate it and we will go in the gray areas and we'll make it gray and we'll keep it really gray. And we'll say things like what Raina's saying. So how many of you can hear yourself in Raina? Because no, I don't know what you're talking about. I operate with complete integrity. It really is black and white. So here's the black and whiteness of it. Okay, so at session 1, we went through the agreements of the seminar, and they were your agreements. And one of the agreements was, I will attend all the sessions of the seminar, except for any that I am going to say tonight or at session 2 that I'm going to be at. I agreed to that. I agreed to do that. But then you didn't do that. So do you see that? You said that, but that's not actually what happened. You didn't actually do that. So and this isn't like an indictment or like, well, it isn't.
Oh, it feels like one.
Well, it is an indictment, but it's not an indictment of you as a human being.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
It's an indictment of your word. So all I'm asking you to look at is, do you remember giving that word?
I remember that session, yes.
Yeah, do you remember that? And you filled out the paper, you filled out the attendance form, and you wrote, I'm going to miss these 2 sessions because I'm going to be in Dubai. And that was it. There was nothing else on your sheet. So what I'm asking you to look at, and look, this is going to require you looking. If you look and you tell the truth, what displaced that word that you gave? What got honored? Something else got honored was another way to say it. What got honored that was not the word, that was not your word? What got honored?
Is it rhetorical or you want me to answer?
No, I want you to answer. I want you to look. I want you to actually look. I can't tell if you're looking.
Okay.
Okay, so you got me, you gave your word. Yes, you see that part? And then you didn't honor that word, you did something else.
Okay.
But you just went away. What I'm asking you to look at is what something else got honored that wasn't your word. What got honored? And by the way, are you all doing this is like do this in your seat so you can have this be complete. So what got honored that wasn't your word?
I mean, the rundown of it is not that deep, but like one of them was the one day that I was gonna come after the session, whenever we had the 2 weeks that we weren't here, or maybe that was like right after I got back from Dubai, I was leaving, whatever the case. When that spread happened, then that following week was a car situation, so couldn't do anything about that. The following week, by then, I was just kind of like, I was giving it that, and I was like, I really want to go to class, and I was like, it's okay, it's not that big of a deal.
And right, that's it. That's it. That's what got honored. It's not that big of a deal. And in that moment, your word was out the window. Because what got honored was it's not that big of a deal. Shannon, not right now. Okay, so Raina, what's been the impact of that?
Like, should it be something that was impacted?
There's always an impact when you don't keep your word. So just look in reality. So you missed. I mean, I appreciate you being here. Okay, that you're here is a big deal, and that's not minimizing that at all because you really didn't have to be.
Right.
And it's not that big.
My name tag was gone.
No.
Everything.
Well, that's right. Well,
I got forgotten about.
Yeah. No, you didn't get forgotten about. See, that's part of the impact. One of the impacts is you have to be at least 6 of the 10 sessions. If you miss more than 4 sessions, you're unregistered from the seminar. That's one of the impacts.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give you that one. It wasn't you were forgotten about. Believe me, you were far from forgotten about. Do you know how many calls I made to you?
No.
You were far from forgotten about.
Okay.
I got that in that world, if it's no big deal, it would be for you, you're forgotten about. You are absolutely not forgotten about. So what's been the impact of you not keeping that word? So I gave you one. So the impact is always going to be something in reality. So what do you see has been the impact?
Maybe I like to think about it. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, presently.
Who, in that moment of you saying it's no big deal,
Uh-huh.
and you not being here, who did you become for yourself?
Who did I become for myself?
Yeah, who did you become for yourself?
That one's a head scratcher. I'm not sure.
Well, just look. You had to be somebody for yourself that it would be no big deal.
Like I was holding myself back, you meaning?
Well, I'm asking you. Were you?
I didn't feel like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
I didn't
that.
feel like that. I don't know. I didn't feel like that.
Yeah, but you were willing to sell out your word for it's no big deal. And where else in your life are you committed to things and then something happens and you say it's no big deal?
But that was part of what I was saying is like, even beyond that, like I don't approach life like that anymore. So even
Okay.
down to like today.
I got it, but that's where you're just completely inauthentic. Because you can't, the land, what you're calling the landmark way is built on a foundation of integrity. And without integrity, nothing works. That's just the rule of the universe. Without integrity, nothing's gonna work. And even, it might look like things are working until the bottom falls out, and then you're like, what the heck happened? Everything worked. Where's Rose? Right, Rose? Yeah. Like for me, really, I will live my life, and some of you, it's like, I know for some of you, you relate to me like I have it all together, or have my life all together, I have it all worked out, or I said everything's all powerful, da da da. It's not like that. When it isn't. I make my partner wrong when he throws his underwear on the floor. Or, my dad when he's using a wet rag to clean the stairs instead of the vacuum like a normal person would do. And it's like, what happened to my word that I would love, honor, and respect the people in my life? It's gone. I just now sold out my word for a wet stair. But literally, it's like that. And then it's like, and then there's enough broken word that is the appearance of everything looks together, and then before you know it, you're dealing with a heart blockage. That's fine. So there is always an impact, Raina, in reality, and you might not see it right now, and it's completely fine. I have no problem with where you are in the conversation. And my invitation to you tonight is that you really look and you discover what that is, and that might be the only thing you get out of the seminar. And if that's the only thing that you get, this was worth every amount of time that it took to deliver it. So are you willing to look and see what you see?
I'll try.
Well,
I felt like I gained a lot. So if I'm being told I didn't, then it's kind of like, okay.
No,
well.
I'm not telling you didn't gain a lot. You got what you got, and you didn't get what you didn't get. All I'm saying to you is there was an impact in you doing the seminar the way that you did it. And you're just not connected to the impact. So my request is tonight you really get connected to that.
Okay.
Will you do that?
I will try it.
Well, try. No. Try. See, that's.
I can't relate to it, so I gotta wait till I can relate to what
Yeah,
you're
this
saying.
is no, you don't. This is the coaching. When Michael Phelps' coach says, get in the pool and swim 50 more laps,
Mhm.
he doesn't say, I'll try. He
Mhm.
gets in the pool and he swims 50 laps. Because he
Okay.
knows that his coach is committed to his result.
Okay. Okay.
And look, you really don't have to. But I'm asking that you do.
Okay.
So will you do that?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll do that.
great.
Okay.
Thank you. And was that a real I will?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna.
I will. Like, I don't wanna say, it's as real as an I will I can give.
I got that from where you
I
are
have to
right.
be able to fully connect to that. Like, I need to first, like, that has to click of what you're,
Yeah,
So
well, that's
I'm present.
good. Well,
I'm
that's
present.
part of you discovering the impact.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, Raina, thank you. All right. Did we acknowledge Raina? Okay. So who got something out of that, or what? Okay, yeah, like you can see yourself in that. You know, look, you just put it on loudspeaker for everybody else. You know, just the total insanity we are about our word. We really do think that we honor our word, and it's like, no, it's baloney. You don't. Look at your real life and what actually happens. No, you don't. Just tell the truth about it. Telling the truth about it will be the beginning of setting yourself free. Up until then, it's just a lie, and you know you're lying. Yeah.
Well, so.
I want to hear something you got for yourself. I don't want to hear a comment about Raina.
Well,
Okay?
Raina is the one that I didn't keep my integrity with around my communication
Oh, that's
that
right.
I spoke with about the week before last.
Great.
So
Right, so
you
you're gonna
weren't
complete
here,
that?
Raina, but I got up and spoke about the fact that I was supposed to recreate you after week 5 while you were in Dubai. And I called you and you said you were getting your hair done. And you were going to call me the next day to get an appointment to recreate you. And I let that slide. I did not contact you. I let it be on you to get in touch with me, and that was not my integrity as being a communicator. So I feel that the impact, possibly, of me not being in integrity as a communicator, is that you did not get recreated in session 4 and 5, and you may have been here in session 6. And when I did contact you in session 7, and you said you still hadn't been recreated, I reached out to David to get you recreated, even though you said you were not speaking. So I've gotten really present to what not keeping your word allows others to do.
Well, just look right here. So what was that was your word. You didn't keep that word, and what was the impact?
The impact is Raina didn't get recreated.
And
I didn't keep my word.
And what was the impact on you?
The impact on me is just realizing that it's almost like when someone doesn't keep your word with you, when you don't keep your word with someone, it gives them permission not to have integrity with you. Like, that's what I got really present to, is that it almost was like it gave her an off. Like
That's not an impact on you. What's
the impact on me is
slow,
that
wait, slow down, Sienna. You're on rails.
Yeah.
So just look. You didn't keep that
I
word.
didn't keep my word.
And what was the impact on you? What was that like for you, knowing?
The impact on me was that, like, the next day, like on Monday, I was hoping that she showed up. I knew I hadn't done what I needed to do as a communicator to ensure that increase the possibility of her showing up.
And when she wasn't here, what was that like for you?
It was like really present to, I didn't do what I committed to do to give her full availability to be able to show up.
Okay, do you know you talk in concepts? Not just you, but me, everybody. But what was that like when she wasn't?
It was terrible. And then when I saw her and got her on my list the next week, I was like, okay, I gotta own this. I gotta own it.
Yeah.
Because I could have easily not gotten you involved, and I could have pretended like, oh yeah, me and Raina are cool, and I didn't recreate her, and I don't need to let David know that I didn't recreate her. I mean, I was still committed to, I need to restore my integrity around this, which is getting her recreated in whatever way that needs to happen.
Okay, so is there anything you want to say to Raina just to complete it with her?
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. I had a commitment as a communicator to recreate you. And I let your not communicate, like your not getting back to me, stop my integrity in that situation. And I failed you in that. And I don't know ultimately what the impact is on you.
Well, you could see part of the impact was
I can.
she wasn't here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now Shanna, what are you going to put into place so that doesn't happen
Well,
again?
And I committed that last time when I will always, it's my job as a communicator to contact them last.
Okay, and will you do complete work?
Yes,
Great.
thank you.
All right, and Raina, did you get that?
I did. Can I respond?
Not right now. Okay, but will you get it? If there's anything about that with you, will you get that complete with her before the end of the night?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, great. Actually, no, go ahead, because now that you'll be sitting on it, so.
I just probably wouldn't even remember what I was gonna tell it. No, it's, and I'm not putting.
Can you stand up, please?
What I can relate to is her saying that is what is been now making me think about things and how, like, when I started out, like I said, it got to the point where I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. So then by the time, not the first time, because I do feel like you were trying to reach out originally when, I first got back from Dubai. And then, when I was on my vocal fast and I wasn't talking, and I was like, well, I'm not verbally talking, but I can text or whatever the case is. And then you, I didn't even realize it was you, so my apologies. But, and you were saying that, oh, I'm not really comfortable, I'm not feeling comfortable doing that. So then that's when you're like, I'm gonna have David contact you. So at that moment, that then built for,
Yeah.
it's not you, it's not you.
Yeah,
But that reaction to that for me made me more be like, is that what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal.
That's right.
And so it did build from that. And I'm thank you for stepping
And
up
I
and
was
speaking, because
doing
it's
that,
now making me.
I was doing that because you said you were on a verbal fast,
Mhm.
and I knew David could recreate 4 sessions a whole lot faster than I could.
well, it doesn't, but look,
Yeah.
but see, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? Because that was your justification, and then she had her justification. And now you have a situation that's totally unworkable. And that's how that goes. Because we will gather, you said it's no big deal, and then what you did was you gathered evidence for that. Oh, see, it really is not a big deal. It really must not be a big deal. Then you came tonight and you saw you had no name tag, and it was like, see, I knew it wasn't any big deal. I don't even have a name tag anymore. But she just gave you a gift of you looking for yourself and seeing the impact. Is there? Can you now get a sense of there actually was an impact out here of you not being here? For one thing, this was not a complete group. It wasn't a complete community. Because we met, whatever you would have contributed in those 6 sessions didn't get contributed. And we'll never know. You know, and we can't go back and do it either. So, you know, now we'll just be responsible for that's how that went.
Right. Okay, let me get that.
Yeah. All right, great, Brandon. Thank you, Shanna.